Demi Moore is back for a second season for Landman. Obviously, her counterpart is not back, John Hamm, who we watched in the first season. I mean, what is that like to kind of relive those moments, but push forward here in the second season?
Well, I mean, again, what Taylor is so brilliant at, like, who would ever expect if you have someone like John Hamm in there that we would lose him? And we definitely all do miss him, but what an incredible way of setting up the second season. And going into this, I always knew that that was the plan. Um, but I think that it's so much more than what would be the obvious. There's so much more than just, Cammy stepping in to take over, because it's figuring out, what am I taking over? What is on the table? What's at stake? And perhaps not everything is all that it seems. And yeah, so it makes it a lot of fun.
Tommy gets these showdowns with Billy Bob Thornton's characters, these just clashes. Like, are they going to work together? Are they not going to work together? What is that like to work alongside Billy Bob Thornton? Because you guys are both just legendary actors at the top of your craft.
Well, thank you. Well, first of all, I've known Billy for so long, and this is such a treat. I mean, this, from the moment I read the very first scripts of the first season, you can just you could just hear Billy in the dialogue, and we really have such a great time, all the cast, and not just professionally, but we also hang out. We spend a lot of time with each other, and you can feel that, and I think that really translates into the show. In terms of the storyline, I think they equally have history, Cammy and Tommy, and the way they all kind of came up together, and at this kind of devastating point, he is her anchor point. I don't know if she could be walking this without him.
I want to say your Golden Globe speech from last year was the most impactful speech I've ever heard on an award stage. I was rooting for you to win that Oscar, but you are so deserving of everything coming your way. What do you hope these younger actors on this show, because there are a lot of younger actors on this show, what do you kind of hope they take from working alongside you and you working alongside them and inspiring them to keep chugging along on a great career?
I mean, I feel like most importantly, I don't know necessarily, I don't have any specific that I want them to take away, except if I can encourage them to just really appreciate all that they are, as they're on that road of, like, pushing forward to see where they can go, that they don't lose sight of holding the value of everything that is. And if I've learned anything at this point, it's to remember that one of the greatest gifts is to always be a student, to be curious, that there's still so much. I have so much to learn from them.
You can always keep learning no matter what field you're in, but people have to be watching the second season of Landman, Sundays on Paramount Plus. Demi, such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Allie Larter, look up her name on Google. It says Varsity Blues. It says Legally Blonde, Obsessed, all these great movies, but Landman is at the top on Google because it is such a great show. The amazing first season. What is it like to be part of such a show that has just taken the cultures by storm?
Oh, I'm humbled, and I'm honored to get to work with such an extraordinary cast. I mean, Taylor, it always starts with the writing. So his writing is just superb. And then he just also knows how to cast different people where like that little bit of magic happens. And to get to work with Billy and Demi and Sam Elliott this season, Michelle and Jacob and Paulina and Kayla, I just James Jordan. I mean, I couldn't do a dinner scene without him. I need James, And so I think that honestly, it's really quality humans that are on our show, and they're extraordinary actors, but they're great people. And so I'm just so excited that something I love making, that people have responded to in this way. I'm totally humbled by it and blown away.
They are certainly responding in the best way. And I mean, your relationship with Billy Bob Thornton's character just went through all of the roller coasters in season one. What were filming those scenes like with him? Because you both are so dynamic together.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just like it's oil and water, you know. It's also like two wrongs kind of make a right. Like, you know, it's one of those things where it's on the page, so it's written, and then Billy and I really worked on it, you know, to figure out who these people were. We also walked into this understanding that there's a possibility it could go on for seasons, so you don't really want to just have burn it all out. You know, you have to figure out where they're going and who they are, and so we just talked about that a lot and we really figured out what worked. And I don't think either of us realized how many people were going to love this couple. I think that's probably my biggest surprise is that people just laugh all the time and they're like excited to see us together on screen. And so that to me is just, it's the best.
It's great to see them kind of work through things because, like you said, people were rooting for this couple to be together. What can you kind of preview about your character's journey in this second season of Landman?
So you never know where it's going with Taylor. So the first season we had all 10 and this one we just had a couple going into it. And so you don't exactly know what's going to happen. But we worked so hard the first season that you could pretty much put Tommy and Angela in any situation in the world and we would land on our feet together, you know, because we know who these people are and how they relate to each other. So this season we dig into the family. It really is the season of the heart. With Sam Elliott coming on and really seeing with Angela, with her work that she's done in the old folks home and how she really believes in her family and family first and taking care of everyone around her. And then you see the pressures that puts on Tommy, and he's got to really reckon with some things with his past. And so not only do we have like some wild, crazy, fun scenes, we have some really real, beautiful moments where we get to, talk about more of the complexities of life.
Watching this second season, audiences will still not be able to stop talking about Landman. Sundays on Paramount Plus. Allie, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Landman is back for its second season. Jacob Laughlin, Paulina Chavez, Michelle Randolph are all back, of course, such beloved characters. Jacob, catch us up where your character comes in here for the second season.
We pick up right where we've left off, where we just carry the torch, keep going. Can't wait for everyone to see it, and I really can't wait to see it myself all put together. So looking forward to it.
Paulina, I mean, your character started with the tragedy, obviously, in the pilot episode, the first episode of Landman. Here she's been on this journey, kind of connecting with Jacob's character. What can you kind of preview for your character's journey here in the second season?
Ooh, I think she's stronger, bolder, and more resilient than ever. You really see her characteristics just come out and her person come out. And so I'm super excited for everyone to watch and to follow along their journey together.
It's such a great journey that we go on. And Michelle, your journey also, I mean, Allie Larter, your two scenes together are so much fun to watch. I love that mother-daughter dynamic on the screen. What was it like filming those scenes with her?
Oh, we have so much fun together. I forget that we're at work sometimes. There is some energy when we're on set together, and it's just we get to play.
So great to see that. And we have Jacob, Michelle, you're both the son, the daughter of Billy Bob Thornton's character. Jacob, talk to us. I mean, Billy Bob Thornton is such an icon, such a legend. What is it like working with him leading this set?
Oh man, you just said it. It's exactly that. It's a pleasure. That's the best word I can. If there's a better word, I don't know what it is. My vocabulary is not great, but it is an absolute pleasure and an honor to be able to share a set and to witness the greatness that we have around us on these sets. And with Taylor's writing, that only improves everything else, so much. Our crews are absolutely amazing. So, but having Billy there is phenomenal.
Paulina, your character has become a fan favorite in the Landman universe. I was watching interviews. Eva Longoria called you the future of Hollywood on the Kelly Clarkson show. I mean, what was that like? Because you are such, I was watching, I was like, she is such a star. Like, talk us through reliving that moment with Eva Longoria.
Oh my gosh. When she said that, I mean, it's so emotional. I mean, it's so great being able to represent my community in such a positive light. And Ariana is my mom, my grandma, every woman in my life. And so it's so crazy. I see Eva Longoria as a mentor, and she's always there. She's always a phone call away, which is so beautiful. And I'm just pinching myself. It's surreal. I can't believe it.
It's such a special relationship you have with her. And Michelle, I mean, you obviously have a special relationship with Taylor Sheridan, who created 1923, which you started. Talk to us about kind of working with him and starring in both of these shows.
Oh, I mean, I feel so lucky. He is who he is. He's so prolific and he writes these incredible stories that are dynamic and I love working on Landman because it's comedic and it's dramatic and there's so many really just distinct characters. And I think that he wrote something that challenged me as an actress and I'm lucky to be working with him.
It is a great cross-genre show, and we have new characters this season. We were introduced to Andy Garcia's character in the season 1 finale. Here we have Sam Elliott, Jacob. I mean, what is it like having them on set, because they're legends as well?
Absolutely. I mean, and back to the question or the answer earlier, it's having all of these legends and all of these absolutely amazing actors and actresses around. You just feed off of it. There's an energy and a comfort too of we've got this and follow along and I'll just match, just do what you can to hang with them, you know. And it's an awesome opportunity and love every minute of it.
Yeah.
Elena, talk to us about that dynamic. Oh yeah, go ahead, Michelle. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, like, the reason I think they're all such icons and so great to work with is because they really like, I don't know, embolden the people that they're in scenes with. Like every scene that I'm in with Billy or Allie or Sam, it's because they make you better as an actor.
It's more like a welcoming thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
They elevate it.
They really
Said that so much better, so much more eloquent than I just did. That's what I would. Yeah, that's it.
No,
You can do that on the next one. Take those words from her. I won't tell anyone. Pauline,
I'm gonna let her cover it. It sounds way better.
Paulina, I mean, talk about the relationship that your character develops with Jacob's character over the first season and where we can kind of expect that to go for the second season. Obviously, we can't talk spoilers, but what can we kind of expect?
Oh my goodness, first season, it's such a delicate storyline. And I had those conversations with Taylor even through the audition process of how it's such a special storyline and we wanted to tell it the right way. And so, I mean, I don't know, Cooper and Ariana, they just click. And I think it's also kind of like a bond because they understand each other and there's a trauma to it. And yeah, this season, I mean, relationships are hard in general. And so I think they're trying to navigate each other and what they want, and what they need. And I think it's just so beautiful to see they communicate, which is really good. That's the first thing of a good relationship.
Communication is always so important. And I can tell you, I do these interviews, I do movies, TV shows. Landman is the #1 show. Family and friends ask, are you watching Landman? And I'm like, yes, I am watching this show because it's so special. Michelle, what is it like being a part of the show? Because I know people are saying the same thing to you guys.
Oh, I mean, it's so surreal. I remember when I feel like you guys have a similar story. Like when I first got the scripts, I read them. I'm like, okay, this show is going to be great. We're filming it. We're on set. And of course, you're your own worst critic. And I'm like, what is the tone of this show? I can't figure out, like, is it funny? Is it sad? Like, how is this going to be?
Everything.
It's funny and it's sad. And everyone kept saying, like, this show is going to be incredible. People are going to love it. And I'm like, everyone's just being nice. Like, they feel bad. Like, I don't know. And then it
Never tells us the truth.
It has no. They think we're sensitive actors. And then the show came out, and like to see the response, I mean, it's like it's something. Landman is about family at the end of the day, and it's something everyone can relate to, and it's surreal.
That's what makes this show so special on Paramount Plus. I mean, Paulina, do you encourage people to watch it week by week? Do you want them to binge it all at once? Obviously, if they want to watch the action, they have to watch it week by week on Paramount Plus.
I think that's the way to do it. I feel like there's something so special of an episode coming out every week. It's how I grew up, and so I think it's really cool. It leaves you wanting more, which we want you to
And
want
gives you
more.
something to look forward to for a
Plus,
whole week.
I mean, like for me, I grew up watching telenovelas, and those things come out every day. But I remember sitting with my grandma and being like, okay, it's 7:00. It's time for our telenovelas, and we're gonna binge it and watch and eat popcorn and all that stuff. So I think it's just fun.
They have to be watching new episodes of Landman Sundays on Paramount Plus. Jacob, Paulina, Michelle, thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
A show that everyone asked me, do you watch Landman? Do you watch Landman? Yes, it is so good, and we're so back for a second season. Kayla, Wallace, Colm, Feore. So Kayla, catch us up where your character's journey goes from season 1 to season 2.
Okay, so Rebecca was given a position with MTEX. She's now in-house counsel, trying to get along with this guy, trying to work together with this guy to solve all of these problems that are bound to happen in the oil industry.
Glad you guys can put your characters' differences aside. Colm, what about your character from season 1 to 2?
Well, I mean, obviously he's developed and he's having to cope with somebody who's been parachuted in, who has a completely different skill set from him. I mean, oil and gas attorneys have a lot of very straightforward, traditional stuff, rules and regulation stuff that they have to deal with. It's not a lot of flash. And I think I managed not having a lot of flash in a really flashy way. And so, you know, he's plodding along, the tortoise and the hare, and just trying to make some kind of deal with himself and his future with the company, having been summarily told by Tommy, you're working with her, do what she says. So there's a lot to unpack as, you know, as an old guy trying to, you know, keep his job. And needless to say, madness and fun ensues.
Tommy is played by the iconic Billy Bob Thornton. Kayla, my favorite scenes in the first season were you just not taking any of his nonsense or his stuff. Your character is just, she's doing her thing. She's not going by what he says like all the other characters. What was it like kind of sparring off against him in those scenes?
Oh my God, it was so fun. I remember my dad telling me when I was letting him know about the role, and I'm not a very confrontational person, but my dad was like, "What are you talking about? Just pretend that you're talking to me." So, I mean,
Wow.
yeah, anyways, I'm the younger daughter. It's fine. But it was so much fun, and Billy is so awesome to work with. He's such a down-to-earth, kind person. We all are just we feel so lucky to have him leading us. Yeah, Billy is so much fun.
He's so great leading this show, but it's such a great. Who was to think an show about oil rigs would reach the masses like this? Colm, what was that like for you? I mean, this show could not be bigger right now on Paramount Plus.
Keep in mind, it's pretty timely stuff. There's a lot of talk about oil and gas in the world and delivering it and paying for it. And why do we need it? And why do we need as much? And I think Tommy's character went a long way to explaining a lot of that last year and just saying, hey, this is something you would interact with every single day in every possible way. So, you know, don't blame the messenger. You asked for this. And so I think people are really fascinated by it. Think, really? That too? It's made of that? It costs that? It comes from where? And so there's a lot to talk about there. And I've always maintained that part of the real charm of this show is Billy as the patriarch of it, taking on the real, you know, flame and destruction of the oil business. And then, could my day get worse? And because it's essentially been written for Billy Bob's voice, I'm sure Taylor's just channeled him. It comes out so seamlessly, so effortlessly, that makes life a lot easier for us because he's just there. And boy, is he good. And boy, do you need to be ready for him. Because, you know, 15 takes, 2.5 pages, he'll deliver every time and it'll be nuanced and subtle. And it makes me terribly nervous, but, you know, we manage to keep up. Mostly it's just listening, active listening.
You're both terrific. The action, comedy, and drama is continuing for season 2 of Landman, Sundays on Paramount Plus. Kayla, Colm, thank you both so much.
Thanks so much for your interest.
We're doing so many interviews for Landman because everyone is so passionate about the show, including the actors. Mustafa speaks, Mark Collie. So Mustafa, I mean, talk about joining this cast and being a part of such an amazing show that audiences and critics are both loving.
One, it's a dream come true being a part of such a now monumental show with such dynamic cast members. I mean, I'm enjoying every second sitting here next to Mark, but also to work directly with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, and they live a pretty big world.
Billy Bob Thornton, right? Being able to work with him is just surreal, bro. Being able to learn from him, being able to spar with him on camera is super exciting and a growing experience for me.
It's so great to see that on screen. Mark, what can we kind of expect for a second season for the sheriff, your character here?
More chaos to deal with, more trouble in town, and just sometimes a little more satirical side humor from Sheriff Joe Berg and some of the greater family.
He has such a great storyline, and also this great storyline is the boss, Mustafa's character. Talk to us about, I mean, he is known as the boss. What is that like, having just that nickname, that moniker for a great show like Landman?
It's humbling, honestly, man. It's really humbling because that speaks a lot to what the fans and even Taylor, what he created for this character and for the world, for the role, the responsibility that's there, responsibility for his crew, responsibility for his family, responsibility to Tommy Norris. That's a big weight and a heavy mantle to carry, and I carry it with extreme honor, grace, and pride.
Fans know this is from Taylor Sheridan, who just needs no introduction. Yellowstone, 1923, all the spinoffs, Mayor of Kingstown, but Landman is just in a league of its own. Mark, what is that like, being a part of a show like this from Taylor Sheridan?
It's unbelievable, I guess you would say, dream come true, prayer answered, because you think when you try to do this for a living, if you could make a list of what would be the perfect show to be a part of, I would have left half of this out. I mean, you couldn't make this would seem impossible. It's almost impossible to have a show this big, this successful at this time. And I'm blessed. And I get to work with this guy and Billy Bob Thornton and Sam Elliott, I've been wanting to work with him ever since Roadhouse, I would say he could kick my ass if he wanted to,
He is a great addition to the second season, but fans need to watch for that starting Sunday, November 14th on Paramount Plus. Mustafa, Mark, thank you both so much for your time.
Oh, it's my pleasure.